Hello, and welcome to the first episode of Forge Your Dragon World. It's been a few months since I got this book, and I wanted to originally make a video series on this, and I don't see a better day to start than now. For reference, this book I got from Target, but it is available at bookstores, Walmart, I've seen it, pretty much anywhere books are sold, as long as the selection's big enough, I guess. And of course, just buying it online is possible too if you do not have a local bookstore. It retails for about $13 US, so not too bad. It is also hardcover, so very nice, right? There is a writer's note from Tui at the front. I will pause for a second so you can read that if you so desire. There is a full-colored map, much like the one shown in the graphic novels. And a table of contents, which I will not be looking at to save a little surprise for myself. This book heavily utilizes images from the graphic novels, which I think is very nice and gives people a lot of inspiration for their drawings. Okay. Get started. It says, people love to ask authors where they find their ideas. The truth is, every writer has a unique answer to that question. Sometimes a character idea sparks at the beginning of the story, or you might overhear a conversation while walking down the street one day. And suddenly, inspiration strikes. Stories are everywhere, if you know where to look. In this book, you'll gather story ideas, create awesome dragon characters, imagine new worlds, and decide how you want to tell your story. Do you love to write? Do you love to draw? Do you want to write a novel or create your own graphic novel? This is the book for you. So, page 1 is Find Your Idea. This page is our first official activity page of the entire book. It says, here's a place to practice. Write down at least 5 things you did this week. So here's the list I made. I had a pretty basic week, but I did end up finding a lot of stuff to write about, and as I went, I thought of more stuff that I did this week. So overall, not too bad. Okay, so I'm done with the first page, and then we get to move on. Where will your story start? If you like to start with the what, keep reading, chapter 1. If you like to start with who, skip to chapter 2. And if you like to start with the where, go to chapter 3. But be sure to come back. Ah, they're giving us our own option of where we'd like to start. I personally don't know where I like to start. Typically, I like to start with the what I've noticed. My story revolves around the concept, and I kind of just add characters that will be carrying out this what, and then I just kind of throw them in a scene. So I think the what is a very good starting place for me anyway. And besides, I wanted to split these videos up into each part, for each section of this book. I think you're meant to fill out one of these each time you finish a section. So I'm just going to move on. Write a prophecy. Not every dragon story needs a prophecy, but telling the future in your story can be fun. Okay, I made a community post asking for you guys to help me with a prophecy, and that kind of just ended up... You guys mostly just ended up making your own prophecies, which wasn't my intended idea, but it was actually really fun to read all of those. And I think 3 in particular, a specific verse from 3 of them, kind of helped me to create my own prophecy. And I will throw those up the comments right now. The only one that translated directly is this first line I have, or almost directly. So my prophecy reads, a power will bloom under shining light, protected by wings of night, to follow a path which is right, and protect our world from its current blight. The darkness will surely be a fright. Its followers will most definitely bite. You mustn't panic or you'll lose your sight, and our greatest weapon will fail to ignite, but we must all continue to fight. It's kind of a short prophecy, but I think it's kind of fun. I noticed a lot of people in my comment section there were rhyming night and light in general, so I kind of wanted to stick with that trend, and I rhymed the whole way through the prophecy. I don't know, I think it turned out pretty good. Escape a tricky situation. Whether your dragons are stuck in a cave surrounded by fire or high atop a skywing prison, there's no doubt they'll have to come up with a clever plan to find their way to freedom. On these pages, come up with some tight spots your dragon might have to escape. And the problem is, I don't actually have a character yet. So, I'm going to kind of just draw a placeholder dragon. Okay, so I finished kind of doodling all my little scenarios here. I have a few different ones. Each page is essentially a different thing, I guess. So on the first page, we have the main problem in our story, which is the sun disappears. And very slowly, the moon is becoming more dull, and the stars are also disappearing from the night sky. The world is being plunged into darkness. Oh no. And that comes from our prophecy, which is the line, "The darkness will surely be a fright," is referring to the sun disappearing. And then on the next page here, it's mostly referring to the line, "The followers will definitely bite," along with the power that blooms under the shining light. I suppose I should figure out what the shining light is, but I know what the power is. So this is one of the followers of darkness. As you can see, they have like black eyes. They're like soulless, essentially. They have no control over themselves, and they're essentially wild beasts. But they were at one point just dragons. As you can see here, they're jumping on our main character, our protagonist, and she touches them, and all of a sudden there's a flash of light, and they are back to normal, or semi-normal. I want to have certain traits that the followers of darkness will have, and they will have some of those traits, which leads us on to our next conflict, is the discrimination. Now, after saving this poor dragon from the blight of the darkness, they are discriminated against because the dragon still shows traits of being one of the followers of darkness. And obviously, the people in the town don't want that dragon anywhere near them, right? They're cursed, essentially. And on this page, we kind of have a subplot of the story, which is the false hope. And this is a dragonette. Basically, all the Nightwings have taken in all the Nightwing dragonettes because they think protected by wings of night means it's going to be a Nightwing that awakens the hope. So they've taken in all the Nightwings, and this one in particular is their biggest hope. He was born under the 3 moons. He has some kind of power. I don't know. He's very strong, so he's very cocky about that. And they don't believe our protagonist when she's like, "Hey, guys, I kind of have this power, this ability that might help you." So here they are, like, "If you're so powerful, beat him in a fight." And he's mad, but at some point she saves him. I don't know why there's such different sizes in this picture. I just was doodling, but at some point she saves him and they become friends, but for the most part, he's just kind of a jerk. And that was the end of this section. So the next section is set out on a quest. What could your dragons be trying to find? Ooh, okay, this is easy. Let me see. I'll grab a purple mark. What my dragons are trying to find is pretty obvious here. They are trying to find the light, the sun. That is the obvious thing. That is what they're trying to find the light, because the creatures of dark are not allowed to be, or they aren't able to be around the light. So that's the main thing they're trying to find. But what else could they be possibly trying to find? I think our protagonist is just trying to find purpose. I just made this up right now, but she's orphaned. She does not have parents, or at least maybe one of them's gone. She's just very alone at this point in the story. Maybe she lost them. They became corrupted with darkness. They left her. So she's trying to find purpose. I do love a good found family story. So maybe this could become found family. Our other character, the one that was once corrupted by darkness, is trying to find her family. Our other character, the false hope, as I'll call him for now, the false hope, he wants glory at first. He is all about glory, but there will be character development. I'm sure glory will still be one of his, top, his top goals. Purpose, family, glory. I think those are our three main characters. They're all just trying to find peace, though. We're gonna... Peace, hope, and happiness. That's like some kind of bad poster. But, I think these are things that our characters really could use and are looking for over the course of the story. Story starter. Create a scene where your dragon finds something unexpected while flying at night. So here they are, they're flying, and they see something shiny down there in the bushes and the trees. And so they go to investigate, and they find a dragon. And our character says, "She's so bright." And then she hears them, so she wakes up and she says, "Who's there? Go away." She does not want any of that, right? The second story starter is a scene where two dragons meet for the first time. Now, I kind of already explored this a little bit earlier on, where our two characters were fighting, and she saved the other dragon. So this is kind of what happens after, and the dragon's like, "Whoa, what happens?" And then she notices the friend laying on the ground. "Are you okay?" And then our character says, "Wait, you're normal?" Because she was just being attacked by this strange dragon not too long ago. The story starter is create a scene where a dragon finds what they've been seeking, but it's not quite what they thought it would be. And this one, I think, is just more for fun. I don't know if I'll actually make it into, a thing, make it into the final story, but here's our boy, False Hope, and he says, "It's the sun snare! The sun is trapped inside. if I break it, and then he smashes it, and nothing happens, and they go, nice. I got really lazy with that final frame, but like, nice. And that appears to be the end of part 1. What did you guys think? I thought this was really fun developing this story, and I might actually want to take this story further. I guess it kind of depends on how the rest of this book goes. I feel like I can do these pretty quick. It did not take me that long to film part 1, so maybe I'll be releasing these every week. Maybe I'll have a weekly upload for like a month. That's exciting thoughts, right? But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. I'm excited to start on part 2. Have a good night, everybody.